Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Tonight with Corey Freeland. I'm Corey Freeland, and tonight I'm here with Charlie Sheen, former star of 2.5 Men and star of the upcoming FX comedy, Anger Management. Can I get a round of applause for Charlie? Yes, thank you all very much. Tonight we're going to be talking about Asperger's syndrome, also known as Asperger's disorder. This disorder, as defined by WebMD, is a type of pervasive development disorder, or PDD. Asperger's is commonly associated with autism, which is another form of PDD. Asperger's is a milder form of PDD, and people with Asperger's generally function much better than autistic people. People with Asperger's often have above-average cognitive abilities and academic skills. Generally, their only weakness is with social skills and communication. Autism, on the other hand, is characterized by lack of adaptive behavior. Charlie, do you know what some of the symptoms found in children with Asperger's are?
Yes. A full list can be found on WebMD, but I'll give a few right now. Dislike of changes in routine, appearing to lack empathy, lack of ability to recognize others' body language and nonverbal communication, having a style of speaking that's far beyond the person's age, such as saying beckon instead of call and return instead of come back, avoiding eye contact and or staring at others. People with Asperger's often make more of an effort to make friends than those suffering from autism. Asperger's was named after Mr. Hans Asperger, an Austrian psychiatrist and pediatrician who lived from 1906 to 1980. He was the director of the University Children's Clinic in Vienna. While there, Asperger did research and wrote a paper on 4 children whom he'd worked with. At the same time as Asperger was writing his paper, another Austrian psychiatrist named Leo Kanner was also doing research on autism. Kanner was born in Austria in 1894, immigrated to the United States in 1924, and died in 1981.
And did Asperger know anything about Kanner's work and writings?
Interestingly enough, no. There was another psychiatrist in the history of Asperger's syndrome named Lorna Wing. Dr. Wing is probably the one who made the term Asperger's syndrome most well known in her writings. She had a daughter who suffered from autism, and helped found the National Autistic Society in 1962. Finally, we know that yet another psychiatrist named Uta Frith, who wrote another paper on autism and Asperger's syndrome.
Interesting. Now, let's talk demographics.
Well, 0.002% of hospital consultant episodes were for Asperger's in 2002 through 2003 in England. 97% of hospital consultant episodes for Asperger's syndrome in 2002 through 2003 required hospital admission. 68% of hospital consultant episodes for Asperger's were for men in England, leaving 32% to women. 21 years was the mean age for patients hospitalized with Asperger's. 32% of hospital consultant episodes for Asperger's were for 15 to 59-year-olds.
What are the treatments or therapies that can help people cope with Asperger's?
In terms of medical treatment, Abilify, Intoniv, Sri, Risperdal, Zyprexa, and Revia can all be prescribed and used. Communication and social skills training and cognitive behavioral therapy can also be used to treat Asperger's.
What's the success rate for treatment of Asperger's?
The success rate for medications such as Ritalin is somewhere around 75%.
Okay. Now, let's talk about which social elements play into problems observed in people suffering from Asperger's syndrome.
All right. I think the technical term we are going to use here is social competence. Nancy J. Kaufman, Ph.D., and Vicky Lord Larson, Ph.D., define social competence in different areas. These areas are friendship/relationship building, social skills, for example, giving and receiving compliments, and anger management. That kind of stuff. Communication skills, like speech and voice characteristics, language features of syntax, semantics, and pragmatics, perspective talking or meta abilities, and nonverbal communication skills. By nonverbal, of course, they basically mean body language. Each of these parts of social competence is especially challenging for people with Asperger's.
Well, thanks a lot for being on the show, Charlie. I hope you'll come on again sometime in the future.
Thanks for having me, Corey. The sources I used in gathering this information are as follows: Kaufman, Nancy J., and Vicki L. Larson. Asperger Syndrome, Strategies for Solving the Social Puzzle. Eau Claire, Wisconsin, Thinking Publications, 2005. 25. Print. Asperger Syndrome, Symptoms. Web.com. NP, the 12th of April 2010. Web. The 13th of May 2012. Asperger Syndrome, History. Autism Society. NP, Web. The 13th of May 2012.
Well, that's about all the time we have for tonight. Tune in tomorrow night for our special guest, Will Ferrell. And once again, keep it real, everybody.